I've got a new answer too for our buddy who didn't want to ban assault weapons, because banning assault weapons won't help gun control in any way or won't diminish. Well, I have a new answer, and it was basically provided to me by Senator Pat Toomey. I'll let Pat Toomey explain part of it.
The shooter in Dayton had over 240 rounds at his disposal when he was shot and killed. He had the capacity to kill many more. Are you making any calls or recommendations on changing laws pertaining to that?
So my focus is on keeping guns out of the hands of people who should not have guns, people who have no legal right to a firearm. You know, guns that are described as assault weapons are almost invariably no more powerful than ordinary hunting rifles. They look different. You know, they're painted black and they've got features that an ordinary hunting rifle doesn't have, but they're no more lethal. And
what about magazine size?
And they're extremely popular. And so to ban an extremely popular firearm, I'm not going to support that. That would be an infringement on the rights of law-abiding citizens.
There's also 5 to 10 million of them at least already on the streets.
Yeah.
And 300 million firearms in total. So I don't know. You never get rid of all the guns, and no one would allow
right.
it.
And
it's in the Constitution.
Nor should we, because
I love the idea that because they're popular, they're in the Constitution. They're right because they're popular. I mean, the fact of the matter is, the Supreme Court has ruled you can ban stuff that is not used in normal use, and
alcohol was pretty popular for a while.
Wait,
well, that's
I
right.
thought they ruled that you can't ban stuff that's popular.
Well, it's true. You can't. The Supreme Court has ruled that if it's within normal use, which is sort of like popular, you cannot ban it. And it's a fairly relatively new phenomena that these assault weapons are, because there was a ban on them up until George Bush reversed it, bless his heart. And but I would say that to the extent that you can ban them as allowed by law, that a bunch of them are already on the streets makes no sense as to why you wouldn't stop more of them coming in, right? Like, you could say, like, oh, my house is flooded up until 2 feet. Might as well let another 6 feet of, or just a continual flow of water blow through my home. No, you wouldn't say that. But I would also say the value of banning these popular weapons is it takes a market away from these very, very bad companies that are making money off of the deaths of toddlers, people's suicides, obviously these mass shootings. And the less money they have, the less ability they'll have to impact our laws. And so I think it's just worthwhile to do that right there. I would ban whatever they're selling that you can ban, I would ban.
I just have a problem with the word common sense.
Right.
Because when you say common sense, first, you sort of have to ask what common is. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
And speaking from
How
a
would you
socialist
define
perspective,
common?
Oh, we're still doing this?
Would you define common's freedom?
Common freedom?
What is common freedom to you?
Common freedom.
What is common freedom to you?
I don't know. I have no idea what common freedom is.
Right, but then you want the government to take away people's guns. I mean, do you sort of see the contradiction there?
I see a little bit of what you're saying. It's common freedom.
If I wanted to send my dad a semi-automatic machine gun and a copy of Hustler, what would this mean for that?
I hope that guy gets paid.